The only right that you should have after breaking into this country is the right to remain silent. But you mean to tell me that people can hop over our border, get things like Social Security, housing. In Fort Worth, we have an 8-year housing wait list. You can get things like Social Security, housing, food stamps, Medicare, Medicaid, everything that our community is deprived of. And I'm not advocating for welfare. That's a whole nother conversation, a whole nother
Yeah.
crippling conversation that we can have. But you mean to tell me that you take pride, Democrats take pride in not prioritizing American citizens? We have people in my neighborhood who desperately need those resources that are automatically denied, but we prioritize and we incentivize people to break into our country, trying to attack anyone who's running from chaos in another country. I am
Yeah.
not trying to attack children, but we have to take care of Americans first.
I
And
agree.
it wasn't until, well, actually it was right before I ran for Congress that I ran into my first conservative Hispanic. And I was just in awe. I was like, she was pro-life as a woman, and she was pro closed border as a Hispanic. And I'm like, how could you do that to your people? And it was so racist on my end to assume her value simply because of what I saw outside looking in.
Yeah.
When the true answer or the true principle is she's an American. For me
Yeah.
to assume someone's value
Yeah.
because of
Right.
their skin color or their heritage or their demographic, that's the same thing that I've received for years being vocal about my conservative values. It wasn't right, but I tell people now, if you don't know a conservative Hispanic, you just don't know enough Hispanics. You haven't had enough conversations because from Fort Worth to all the way to Dallas, and I've knocked on doors from Fort Worth to Dallas because that's where my congressional district lies. There are conservative Hispanics, and
A lot.
anybody with any common sense is a conservative, or at least have conservative values, especially when it comes to the border.
Right. And if you look back at the election results in 2024,
Yeah.
in Texas, Trump received 55% of the Hispanic vote. I mean, that's huge. So that tells
Yeah.
me right there. And then Trump ran on the border. That was one of his biggest issues.
Right.
Both times he ran. Well, yeah, the first time and then the last time he ran, the border was one of his biggest issues he ran on. And the Hispanic community rallied behind him, especially in
Right.
2024, here in
Right.
Texas at least.
Right. Yeah,
So that
absolutely.
just go to that just goes to show you that they do want secure borders. They
Mhm.
are here as American citizens, and they don't agree with people just coming across unchecked and not assimilating to our way of living.
Right.
And now there's a clip from Tom Homan, our borders are.
I
If
love
you're
it.
okay with us playing that about talking about how families can be
Deported
deported
together.
together. Tom Homan is a American treasure.
That he is.
He's already picked a so-called border czar. Trump says Tom
So-called
Homan
borders.
will oversee, quote, all deportation of illegal aliens back to their country of origin. Of course, that is a quote there. Homan has been a controversial figure. He was acting ICE director in the first Trump administration and supports Trump's mass deportation plan. Here's what he told 60 Minutes.
Is there a way to carry out mass deportation without separating families?
Of course, there's. Families can be deported together.
Why should a child who is an American citizen have to pack up and move to a country that they don't know?
Because their parent obviously entered the country illegally, had a child knowing he was in the country illegally, so he created that crisis.
What boggles my mind is that, and I'll let you comment on this, but I want to have a statement on that real quick, is that they were complaining about the child separation thing, but now they're complaining about kids going with their parents, and their parents choose to take them with them when they get deported. So I don't, it's just like, which one is it? I don't know.
Well, I'll refer back to another statement that he said. When someone like me or you or any American citizen breaks the law, we don't preach against separation then when we go to jail. And those kids
Right.
are either separated and placed into foster homes or have to go elsewhere. When you break the
Exactly.
law, you have to pay for it. And
Yeah.
I'm called xenophobic or racist. No. Before Trump got in office, we had 100 and over 160 countries currently invading our border. And some of the people look
Yeah.
like me. So it's not racist, it's
Hmm.
not xenophobic. I'm a patriot. But because
Exactly.
I'm black, because I don't look like I'm a Republican or conservative, I can't be a patriot. A black woman or a black man saying that they are a patriot is unheard of. It's unheard of. I get called all kind of names just for standing up for what's right. And a lot of the black community, we made jokes or they made jokes about what a black job is, after that one debate.
Yeah.
You can sit here and laugh about what a black job is all you want, and I mentioned that in my conservative speech, but it's not just black jobs. It's black schools. Because
Uh-huh.
when illegal immigrants come here, they're not going to gated communities that have HOA. It's black schools, it's black
Yeah.
jobs, it's black housing, it's black resources. I mean, the fact that you're able to own a property in America without citizenship is just absurd. I mean, I'm not trying to trash anybody on it fighting for a better life, but I'm America first before America first was even a thing. American resources belong to Americans. I don't care what race you are.
Yeah, and it's like the very people that Democrats say they are for, black community, this and that they advocate for are the very people out there hurting with
Right?
illegal immigration. So yeah, that's
I want to show the city of Fort Worth that I don't need 3 terms or 4 terms or 5 terms to
yeah.
actually make some real change in the city of Fort Worth. I extremely believe that we need term limits, not just in the city of Fort Worth like they have in Dallas, but also in Congress. We don't need career politicians. We need people who are serious about doing the job, getting it done, and passing the torch.
That that's impressive that you say that because you don't plan to be in the same position for 50, 60
No.
years. So you
I
want to
mean,
get where you get where you, yeah.
I have the personality as an accountant. That's what my background is in. I have my bachelor's in accounting. I have the
Mm,
personality of an accountant. I'm a very solution driven person. I don't care about the
okay.
pictures. I don't care about the optics. I'm very blunt with my policy and my personality. I just want to
Yeah.
provide the solution, sustain it, and keep it moving. There's no reason. I'm not in this for a title. I don't care about titles. I never needed one.
Spend an hour with somebody, anybody in history on a bench and talk to them, who would it be?
Hmm. Outside of God,
Yes.
someone like Barbara Jordan. And Barbara Jordan was a Democrat that went against Democrat values when it comes to an open border. And I learned that by this organization called Numbers USA and the book that they
Uh,
have, Back of the Hiring Line. They taught me a lot about how mass immigration affects um, the Black and Brown community.